YouTube, welcome back. Today in Fight Class, we are talking about spacing. Now, spacing in duos, trios, and quads is crucial for success. You don't want to be right on top of your teammates, but you also don't want to be too far away that you can't actually help. So where is that ideal spot? And that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, I'm going to break this video down into two parts. The first is going to be duos, and the second is going to be trios and quads. Why? Trios and quads are very similar in the fact that you have a lot of people, whereas duos is a totally different scenario in terms of how you're going to space. One other thing I do want to address, you're specifically talking about fights that are a little bit more out in the open, or something like Boneyard or Storage Town. I'm not talking about pushing buildings. We'll talk about that at another time. As always, if you find this video helpful, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And if you are looking to continue getting better at Warzone, make sure you are subscribed with that notification bell turned on so that you don't miss any videos. Last thing, because this is a team component video, make sure you share this with your teammates. Let's get into it. So duos, look, duos is definitely the easiest because you only have two people. So when it comes to spacing, the biggest thing is just make sure that you are not approaching the fight from the same angle as your teammate. You want to be taking a different angle. You want to space yourself, somewhere around 15 to 30 meters away. Anything further than that, it can get a little bit tough if things don't go well. You may not be able to provide cover fire. You may not be able to res if they need it. So focus on staying in that 15 to 30 meter range. Now, in terms of approaching the fight, we're going to look to get it down, and then spacing kind of goes out the window. Once you get it down and probably a thirst, go ahead and just converge on that second guy. Team shot that guy, full send it, and just take care of business. Now, as you continue to progress and get better, there's a play your life component to duo since it's only two people. What do I mean by this? Yes, you'll still want to understand where your teammate is, and yes, you're definitely going to want to communicate where enemies are, but ultimately, you'll be able to take out both enemies by yourself. So you're still going to be pushing together, but ultimately, you'll focus more on your own positioning, your own health awareness, and how you manage fights. You'll be able to take out one person by yourself and then turn your attention to the 1v1 to get the team fight. If your teammate goes down, you'll have confidence to finish that fight and win it. So that kind of gets introduced as you continue to get better. If you're not at that point yet, continue to focus on the team aspect and pushing as a team. But if you are starting to get better and starting to progress, focus on that play your life component and start to look to get both of those kills. Now, for trios and quads, I actually want to break down some specific gameplay for you. A lot of the same concepts apply in terms of spacing and approaching the fight. You want to be close enough that you can res if needed, far enough away that you don't get collateraled. You want to be team shotting and covering for one another. But with trios and quads, there's a different magnitude because there's more people. Things can go south pretty quickly in trios and quads. And also in duos, once you get to that point, you can kind of full send a duo squad and take them out by yourself. That does not work with trios and quads. So let's get into some specific situations. So this situation is trios. This is the last guy on that team, so that's a team wipe. But I want you to pay attention to how we approach this fight. We're going to quickly take care of this guy on the roof, but I'm going to go ahead and pause this as soon as I kill this guy. Okay, so we see that there are three people right here. Now, Desing has this left side covered. I have the right side covered. And Zach actually has a little bit of high ground on them and has a different angle. So we are spaced very well in this situation. We're approaching from three different angles. We are cross-firing. Desing gets it down here. I get it down here. So he gets it down and thirst. Now, I down that guy. Desing gets another down, and Zach gets a full kill. So right there, we're all kind of team shotting those three people. That's why that fight happened so fast. We're approaching from we're shooting from different angles. This guy, you can see this is what good spacing does. Look where he's running. He has zero idea that I am here. So that's good spacing in the sense of they don't know where we are, and we're spaced very appropriately.
That team just got absolutely destroyed.
Oh my gosh, watch how this ends. Again, let's talk spacing. We're close enough that we can communicate and be on the same page as one another, and I can get there in time so that we can do this. I mean, watch this team shot.
Yeah.
All three of us. That car is out and destroyed in seconds. So now situation number two. And the first thing I want to highlight is that I'm on my own here as of right now. Tommy and Phil are kind of pushing up, but I know that I'm alone here, and that's part of the team play, right? If you have a person that's way ahead, you need to make that person aware that they are way ahead and try to catch up. So now I'm going to go ahead and reposition to the right side here. Phil gets a down. And this is, again, another simple trios team wipe because of the way we approach this. Right now, we know they're about right here. I have an angle here. Phil has the angle here. Tommy has the angle here. So they can't even get behind cover, really, because of the way we're approaching this. And now we're just going to kind of converge onto them. Still, you know, spacing's probably a little bit far. In case somebody went down, we'd be in a little bit of a weird spot. But ultimately, we have such different angles that it's a very easy team wipe. I mean, they're behind the rock, and we're still spaced very well here.
I don't know where the second one is.
And then you just got to hit your shots. And that's another easy trios. Now, this one is one of my favorite quad wipes. This was actually sub games, and we played this very well. So Jiggy got out up top. I don't know if the tree knocked him off. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he got out on purpose. Now, I'm going to go ahead and comment, hey, let's get out here. Now, this is a weird one because it's not really a building push, but we are kind of playing this building a little bit. Notice our spacing isn't crazy here, but there is a height change, okay? So we got Jabo and Sleek down low. Now, and I'm up high. So that is good spacing, different height changes. Same thing if you're on, actually, this is a great example, like this building here. If I'm up top and somebody's down low, that spacing is okay. You know, it could be a little bit better. But in this scenario, you know, they're very close to me, but that height change is valuable. Can we just ignore these shots? They weren't bad. They could have been better. So we get it down there. I get the second. Sleek gets the third from, I believe it was actually one of these guys that was running this way. So there was a guy running this way, away from me. So he goes down, he gets thirsted. And what I really wanted to highlight with this, look, that's a pretty easy 3 kills right there. Now, part of it was because they were at the buy station, but this 4th kill is really what I want to highlight. So Jabo gets caught a little bit, he goes down. Now, not only watch us converge, but I want you to pay attention to angles, right? So he's behind the sign, but because of my angle, there's nowhere he can go. And actually, as you saw there, we talk about team shot, right? So Sleek actually gets the kill in that scenario. So again, that's where you play angles, you play spacing. You're close enough that you can cover, right? If Jabo's super caught out in the open there and we're nowhere to be found, he gets thirsted. But Sleek and I are close enough that we can step into that fight, finish it, get the team wipe, then res Jabo. We're good to go. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you share this with a teammate. And as I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.